The agitation for self-determination, secession, the rotational presidency, and the call for restructuring will be put to an end if the federal government strengthens the various organs of government for adequate and effective checks and balances. These were the resolutions at the end of a one-day roundtable discussion on the state of the nation in honor of the late Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman, hosted by some concerned youth activists in Katsina State. Issues discussed included those of the federating units, whether the country should remain, create more states, or return to the days of regional government by way of restructuring, system of government, whether the country should revert to parliamentary or continue with the presidential system, and the issue of rotational presidency in the general elections. At the end of the meeting, it was resolved that the country maintains the current 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, continue with the current system of government, and shun rotational presidency. Rather, competency should be on the lookout, rather than where one comes from, which is the major problem bedeviling the nation.
To any person who has the interest of the nation at heart, we should know that we should go for competence, obviously. But that is not enough. My concern here is that we're having a lot of problems in the country. Since we're having a lot of problems in the country, we have to address such problems. Like the issue of states, whereas whether we maintain the present state structure, 36 states, or go back to the... Certainly in our development, we cannot go back. But what my only concern is that we have to make sure that we make institutions strong in this country. If the institutions are not strong, no matter the type of governance you introduce, whether parliamentary or presidential, certainly we still have problems. What we should do is we have to have strong institutions. We saw what happened in America recently when Trump was trying to maneuver his way back into the leadership of America. American Senate rose to the occasion. American judiciary rose to the occasion. They said, no, you cannot do that. America first. Can that happen in Nigeria? So we need strong institutions that will check the excesses of whether somebody from the legislature or executive. In as far as we don't have that, we continue to have problems in Nigeria.
Our resolutions, based on the discussions we have and the views we collated, majority of the people are of the view that actually there is no need for any zoning. Competency should be prioritized rather than the zoning. Then on the issue of restructuring, some people are of the view that the existing 36 states should be retained, while some say there is even need for creation of more states, while others think we should go back to the we should go back to the old regions. Understand? Then on the last issue, which is on the system of government, you see some people are of the view that we should go back to parliamentary system, while some they say we should retain the presidential system of government. But there are also people who think we should find something that will suit our culture, our norms, our realities.
Other standpoints were that the country lacks a good leadership style, which is bringing about different calls for secession, rotational presidency, and restructuring, as they call for institutions of the government to be strengthened.
It doesn't arise. Because now if you look at it, parliamentary and presidential in Nigeria, what is the difference? Is there any difference? There's no difference. The presidential is about separation of power between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Do you have that separation in Nigeria? You should ask yourself. It's not by saying it with your own mouth. It is by looking at what has been practicalized. What is ongoing? What is going now? What is the difference?
The roundtable discussion is in honor of the late Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman. Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman was a Nigerian historian and politician who died in 2005. He was one of the scholars who shaped Nigerian historiography. He was the founder of the Center for Democratic Development, Research and Training at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. His belief in the Nigerian state and the capacity of Nigerians to lift the nation from its underdeveloped status to a developed one, as well as his love for Nigeria and her people, made him reject lucrative offers from other reputable universities in other parts of the world to stay here in Nigeria despite all sorts of hazards and deprivations. Zachary Omale, AIT News, Katsina,